country girl. So let me take y'all back to my church in the Groves and sing this old country song for you. Strong, a strong tower where I belong. Ooh, the one I call when I'm alone. Yes, to your name, Lord, so I sing this song. You reign, you reign, you reign, you reign, Lord of Lord and King of Kings. You remain, you remain, you remain the same. You're the name above all names. Sing. But this is who he is to me. You are my healer, a constant friend, a truth revealer. And when I call, Lord, you answer. You who broke the chains and you set me free. You reign. You remain, you remain. You're the name above all names. Whoa, whoa. 1 says, God is our refuge and strength. He is a very present help in. You are my help. You lift me up, Lord, like no one else. Your love it reaches. Blessings on blessings. Take it up. Remain the same. You'll never, never change. The same today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Oh God, you'll never change. You'll remain the same. Your name, it will never change. I'm calling on your name, Jesus, Jesus, you are. The truth is made of. Lion of Judah, the father of creation. Hosanna, you're what the truth is made of. Woo. Hello and welcome to This is Sandra Show. Woo, y'all. Happy Black History Month to my brothers and sisters out there. Today's show is going to be absolutely breathtaking. So we need y'all to get all comfy, grab your holy, bubbly beverage, and let's get this show started. Woo! Come on, y'all. Let's get it started. Yes. Hello, everyone. Y'all, we all know we can't talk about our history without giving a shout out to the spirituals that have carried our stories and struggles for generations. Today, we've got an incredible group of singers who will take us back to our roots with their soulful performances later on in the show. Before we get into that, we're excited to hear their thoughts on what these spirituals mean to our culture, how they've shaped our history, and why they continue to inspire us today. Y'all, please welcome to the Lavender Couch the cast of Melodies of History, created by Aretha Rodney McDonald. Put your hands together! Woo! Yay! Hello, beautiful Aretha. Yes! And he's singing to you guys. Hello, y'all. Lord. How y'all doing today?
Great.
Indeed.
So excited to be here.
We are excited to have you back and to have your group here for the first time. We were here during sound check and y'all just lit this place up. My goodness. So as we celebrate Black History Month, your take on these spirituals really speaks to our roots. How did your own upbringing shape the way you connect with these songs? Who would like to answer that? Aretha? Everybody's looking at you, Aretha. You're the spokesperson.
Well, again, growing up, these songs, you would hear them all the
Everywhere,
time.
all the time.
In church, mainly for me being a church baby.
Yes.
I would hear them in church. So these songs aren't unfamiliar to me. You know, I knew them.
Right.
Every time you hear Negro spiritual, something just spark in you. You're like, oh my God. Yeah, but
They do
I'm telling
something to
you
your soul.
now that I'm older, I'm realizing these spirituals have their meanings are so much deeper than what we know on the
Yes.
surface. They're way more than just Sunday morning songs and grandmama's songs.
Yes.
They have so many messages in them. And I decided, you know what, I wanna find out.
I
wanna
love it.
know what these spirituals are about. And man, do they have a story to tell.
They indeed do have a story
Yes,
to
they
tell.
do.
And y'all gonna tell that story
Yes,
with the
we
songs
are.
a little later. Tell us now, what does it mean to you personally, y'all, to sing these spirituals, knowing they were a voice of hope and strength for our ancestors during some of the toughest times?
I feel like
Please tell us your name. I'm so sorry.
Stephon Williams.
Stephon Williams. Mr. Williams, please carry on.
I feel like no great story should go untold. So that's the way that we can keep it alive, just by bring it to life with art, whether it be how we act or how we sing. I just feel like none of these stories should die down and be hidden or swept under the rug.
Ever.
Yes,
They
yes.
speak volumes to where we come from, where we're going, indeed.
And as long as I got
What
an
about you?
opportunity-
Tell us your name.
My name's Sierra.
Sierra, welcome. Tell us, what is your take?
My take is that these are songs that survived through generations of the tribulations from slavery, the civil rights, and we see today that history tends to repeat itself a lot when we don't learn from it. So going back to these songs, it reminds you what the core of everything is about.
Yes,
You know?
that's so true. That's
Yes,
such good
yes.
stuff. Now, I've always thought of spirituals as the building blocks of our musical heritage.
Yes.
Do you feel like each note and lyric carries a piece of our ancestors' stories? I think we kind of touched on that. Let's expound on that a little bit. Yes?
Do you want to take that one?
Yes. Stop it! You don't put the sunglasses on.
Yeah, come on out the back. Come on.
Now you singing child back there. He's like, I only want to sing. So go ahead, Aretha.
Ask me the question again.
So the question is, what I've always thought of spirituals
Yes.
as the building blocks of our musical heritage.
Correct.
Do you feel like each note and lyric carries a piece of our ancestors' stories?
Oh my God, yes.
Yes, hand it down.
That's
Yes.
what Melodies of History is about. Every word meant something. Every line meant something.
Yes.
Whether they were communicating,
Yes.
whether they were sending messages, every
Yes.
single, and that's why we don't want to take it lightly. You
Not
know?
at all.
Every single key, everything matters.
Means something.
It means
yes.
something.
Like, I want to lay down.
It means
my
something.
burden.
It really
Yes.
does mean
All of
something.
them.
And again, if you don't know, you will just think these are just songs to make you feel good.
Right, no.
Right? But they're the meaning behind these songs, it's so powerful.
Yes,
it's
they are
so powerful.
very powerful,
Yeah.
and they're so uplifting
Yes.
to hear them.
Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
Lord. So when y'all performing these spirituals,
Yeah.
how do you balance honoring tradition with adding your own unique twist? Do you
Yeah.
ever feel like there's a pressure to stick strictly to the original sound?
Not really, because I mean, after all, it is a part of our ancestors, whether it's our idea or what we're thinking about now. Oh, we can sing it this way, we can sing it this way. It's all been done before by our ancestors.
It's so
all
true.
we
We
doing
just
is
embellish
recreating
it.
it.
Honoring
Exactly.
them.
Come
Yeah.
on now.
Just
That's so
singing them,
true.
I think just singing them in general is just a way of honoring them.
Yes.
So whether we make it our own, from the fact that we open up our mouth to sing these
Yes.
spirituals, it's a sign of honor.
It is,
you
it
know?
is truly.
Yeah.
And I was doing some reading a little while back, and did y'all know, of course, we weren't allowed to read or
Yeah,
write or any of
yeah.
those songs, so a lot of these songs were just passed
Oh my
down through
goodness.
just
Yes.
talking and singing them and carrying on. So it's great to see, and I'm sure our ancestors are proud of
Oh
us
my
to
God.
continue those sounds and those
Yes.
songs, that whether or not they allowed us to do the right things and write them down, we don't even know who some of the authors are of these songs because they could not. They could not say it. It was some of them were messages. They were all kind of things, secrets to get us to safety, to freedom, to so much. Y'all, I'm so excited
I'm
about
excited.
today's show. My goodness. So in our culture, music has always been a powerful tool for resistance and expression. Can y'all share a moment when singing these spirituals made you feel deeply connected to that legacy?
Every time I open my mouth,
Yeah.
Yes.
every time I open my mouth and sing.
And child, when you open your mouth and sing, y'all wait till y'all hear him sing.
Yes, sir.
It's like you definitely connect.
Thank you so much.
Come on, and connect.
I take all the pieces from everything we learned as a listen now, so you don't have to learn later.
Ooh, yes.
good.
Listen now, so you don't have
That's
to
real
learn
good.
later.
Yeah.
So, do you have a special song that you just love the most? Give me your favorite song, real quick.
My favorite song, I like "Chased All Over."
Chased All Over.
'cause
You're gonna
we-
have to sing that one for me later, cause Chased All Over. What about you?
I think Walk With Me, Lord.
Walk With Me, Lord.
Yeah.
That was my mama favorite song.
that
Now you
song
can
is
talk to us and tell us your favorite song real quick. I would have to say Just Another Day. That the Lord has kept me.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
mama other song. Come on, sweetheart, real quick.
I was gonna say walk with me. Lord.
Well, walk with me, Lord, while
Walk
I'm
with
on
me.
this tedious journey.
Tedious,
And while we are talking about this, we will be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere, because they're going to sing with an A. Yes. Woo. Come on. Hey. Come on. Come on. Put your hands together.
Yo.
Yes, hello and welcome back to the Cassandra Show. Y'all, Negro spirituals were more than just songs. They were lifelines. In the midst of unimaginable hardship, these melodies carried the weight of our ancestors' pain and the glow of their hope. They echoed across the fields, whispered in the quiet of the night, and united us in the shared struggle for freedom. Every note was a promise, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, the light of resilience burned bright. Today, as we honor Black History Month, we remember that those soulful hymns not only helped us survive, but also paved the way for a future where our spirit could soar. They remind us that our journey is one of strength, love, and an unbreakable will to rise above. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the cast of Melodies of History.
I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, study war no more.
See, to some, this was nothing more than just a display of talent. An array of vocal arrangements, tranquilizing the atmosphere with a sedative effect, stimulating everyone in its vicinity. But see, this sound emerged from the depth of Black history soil, a sound whose roots flows deeper than any showcasing of one's expertise, surpasses the sophistication of a symphony, one so raw in its element, its frequency holds the capacity to carry the bandwidth of history. Black history, authored by a mishandled race. Melodies of history, tunefully detailing the misery of slavery. Negro spirituals, words generated as a coping mechanism by slaves existing in a society that suggested they didn't belong. But though they were deprived of their cultures, their families, their masters could not take their songs. Songs like Sweet Lord, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot,
coming forth to carry me home.
See, daily life for slaves looked like hard labor. 6 days a week, sun up to sunset. The mass majority never saw printed ink inscribed on a paycheck, but yet, during the busiest time of the year, slaves worked in shifts up to 18 hours. 18 hours, no time to slack, cause see, that would result in lashes being splattered on their backs, the sound of whips synchronizing with flesh while a vibration of hope echoed from their weary souls. An ensemble of desperation performed on shallow grounds with no applause or standing ovation, just the courtesy of seeing another sundown. See, during times of difficult labor, Songs were used as a mental escape, some in the form of prayers. Songs like,
Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. While I'm on this
Come.
tedious journey.
All right, brother.
I want Jesus to walk with me.
exhausted, sick and tired of being used, abused, controlled, and sold to the highest bidder, cause every plantation needed cotton pickers. But see, desperate times do call for desperate measures they escape. Knowing the pursuit of freedom was like an act of treason. But see, the sense of freedom had no limits to its extent. So freedom was worth the pursuit, even if it meant finding shelters in muddy waters so dogs couldn't track their scents. Freedom was worth the pursuit, even if it wasn't inherited in the end. See, these slaves were creative in their ways as they pursued freedom, using songs as a form of communication. Songs like,
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
See that band all dressed in white.
God's gonna trouble the water.
It looks like a band of Israelites.
God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
what does freedom sound like? Is it the sound of Abraham Lincoln's pen as he signs the Emancipation Proclamation? Or is it the sound of chains as it rattles, falling from the flesh of the shackled, dated? January 1st, 1863. All slaves in the Confederate States shall be thenceforward and forever free, which seemed like a cause for celebration. But this freedom came bound to limitation, ringing all across the South, but silence in the North dated. December 6th, 1865. The 13th Amendment went into effect, abolishing slavery all across the U.S. I can imagine this limitless sound of freedom as it rang across the land as they sang songs like, oh, freedom.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free and
put your hands together. What a beautiful, beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Could you tell us what made you decide to do this? How long ago?
This was actually, I'll say 4 years ago.
4 years
I
ago.
decided to create content about Negro spirituals. And of course, as a creative, you want to know the background, you want to understand it. When I started to dig, I kept digging. I'm like, oh my God. As a creative, when you find something, you cannot keep it to yourself.
It is so true.
And I decided to express it to the world the best way I know how, and that's in the form of art.
Well.
So hence the reason I got these powerful singers together and said, let's show them the truth and some stories behind Negro spirituals.
Well, y'all definitely popped out and showed them. Thank you so much to all of your amazing singers, all these beautiful voices. God bless you. To our viewers, thank y'all so much for joining us today. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 7. Don't y'all be late. For the culture, can you get us out of here?
Yes, sis. We out of here. Thank all y'all so much. All right, y'all, come on. Let's just scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Because we've got so much more exclusive content for y'all right here only on the Sis Sandra Show. Thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out on the beautiful Comarosa set. And thanks for hanging with our amazing guests. So until next time, we'll be right here ready, waiting for you only on the Sis Sandra Show.